John Davis, absolutely one of the best.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
Mr. John Davis. John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True.
Hey, John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt.
Tune in and watch John Davis True Crime. You will love it. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Tune in. It's John Davis True Crime.
I see you talking all that shit, Lip Lock no more. John Davis should have his paycheck doxed for tardiness, LOL. It's not tardy. I'm here when I'm meant to be here. All is good with the earth. Happy June 7th, 2024. Flying by. We already to the 7th. Last day of school was yesterday. So in studio, it's kind of tense. Who's going to flip out first? We'll see. We'll see. I had my son just got home right before we came on air. Tell me about the football team. And then I was like, damn, I got something I was supposed to do. And here I am. Sorry, I was only a minute late. That's not bad. We're going to go open panel today. And I'm going to drop a linkety link. And I see some people in chat that shouldn't be scared of no link. I'm going to drop that bad boy. Where's it at? Here we go. Y'all bear with me, man. My computer is like, I don't know. She has good days and she has good days and she has bad days. You know, I'm hoping for the best. Bam. The link is in the chat. And just want to warn you ahead of time. You shall be... Shut up, Jesse. You kill me. Thou shalt be dealt with quickly. I can have a difference of opinion, but I'm not going to have anybody on here flashing me. That's what happened. That's why I swear I think I'm still gun shy. I had an actual flasher twice. And nobody else had to see it because I could see them in the, because I can see the camera before I actually allow them on. That's why some of these people that get these wild ones going and all this drama, I'm like, why don't you just kick them off? That's all you got to do. Male. It was a dude. Yes. Yes. And it was bad. Hiding in the bushes. Oh, it was awful. I'm glad y'all think that's funny because it wasn't. No, it wasn't Benny. I could see the whole person. I've never seen this person in my life. It wasn't Benny. Speaking of, man, Benny's in it deep from what I'm hearing around the streets. Like, Benny is banned from YouTube for life as a condition of his sentence or terms of his probation or some wildness. It's the end of an era. I don't think I would be shocked. Now, you might see him on somebody else's stuff. I don't know. At some point, but I think for quite a while, it's not likely that we see him. For a while. We'll see. We'll see. Have y'all heard all that? No internet at all, I think. Yes, that's the way I understand it. I don't even think he's supposed to have like a Twitter account. So, whatever that was he did, man. Like I said, I'm not judging. I don't know. But it must have been pretty damn serious from the stuff I've seen. You know? I could be mistaken, but the way I read the papers, he's not allowed on the internet at all. I don't know. That's the kind of the way I read it. Yeah. And especially no presence on the internet. So I'm thinking he's going to fade away, man. You know, to oblivion. I don't know how much time he might end up pulling because of all this. I still don't, to be honest, I can't even really say what he did. I heard following somebody around way too much. That's what we'll call it. To a point of where it becomes weird. He made his mark on YouTube history. LOL. Yeah, we'll always remember him for hits such as the episode with who was it? Molly Golightly. Did y'all see that? Where he was going to hit her with a log. That was wild, man. Him and Cam and come down the road, and JLR and them was down there. It got heated. May I say I'm proud of every moment I invested in getting rid of Benny Keys. It took 2 years of hard work behind the scenes. Yeah, a lot of people are not going to be sad with the ruling that Benny can't be on social media anymore. The flirting with Andrew was the best. I tell you what, Liplock, I know you don't like him, but he did troll Andrew pretty good, and it was hilarious. Andrew thought it was me getting ready to come on, and he was letting me up, and it was Benny, and Benny just gave him the finger and started laughing. And Andrew just sit there looking all just blown away by what had just occurred. It was funny. But Benny's not a good dude. Yeah. You know, I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt a few times. He's not a great dude. Did Benny get banned from just American internet or Euro 2? LOL. Benny doesn't know how to read the room. Take a bow and retire, BK. Could you see BK going over to Britain just so he could still do YouTube? Hello, y'all. Fortunate to have you and Brandy, Liplock, Justin, and Josh. Unfortunately, Benny's also entered YouTube. Well, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a taste, you know. He had a lot of people that really liked him. If you watched his chat and stuff, there was a lot of people that really liked him. Thought he was the cat's meow. Those people probably now would, not a lot would admit to it, but a lot of people was all about it. I thought they let him get by with way too much, man. You know? I mean, he took shit too far. I ain't never going to dox nobody. I think that's the most horrible thing you can do. That's what keeps floating around people. I don't know why you do that. You know? No, but I can see him in Siberia doing YouTube. I think that BK is a sick, dangerous individual. BK up there in the Antarctica in the igloo. So, Tish Tosh was talking smash. Coming to you. bootleg it out of his trunk. He'll start just doing videos and bootlegging them out of his trunk. I seen some stuff. Thought to kill some time, if we didn't have anybody wanting to talk on panel, I would share. A lot of people are not panel talkers. Check this out. I'm gonna ask y'all about this. See if Chad has an answer to this. It says there was a post about it taking CP 17 hours the next day to go pick up his camper. Can someone tag me in that post, please? So they're saying there was a post where CP is saying the next day. They're saying that, well, I don't know. The basics is that CP was gone 17 hours to get the camper. 17 hours. And this is the next day, I'm thinking. So this would be like the 27th. Now, you got like 7 hours travel time. I would add at least an hour. For having the trailer to pull, at least, right? Let's be generous. Give him 2. There's 9 hours. All right, and then maybe unleveling it and doing whatever, setting it up to move. Give him another 2, 3. And it still seems like that's kind of a long trip. But, I don't know what else he could have had to do. That's a long time to be away the next day, though, ain't it? And I'm not trying to start rumors. I seen that somewhere. I'm just seeing what y'all thought. It's a long time, right? Let's calm all the politics down in chat. What y'all trying to do? Ruin us? Get everybody fighting? What y'all think? Is it a long time or not? I don't know. I don't know what else maybe he had to do. Is that all he had to do? Was it 17 hours from the time he said I'm gone to go pick up the camper till he got back? Seems like a long time. If the mission was just to go pick up the camper and get back, it seems like even being generous, giving him an extra 2 hours here and there, there's a lot of time. 17 hours. Set 7 for the drive, make it 9, pulling the camper. Oh, new member, Carla Barnes. Welcome to the club. Thank you. We love new members. We love you all. Friendly folks around here. 17 hours too much? Anybody going to chime in? Y'all good with it? Y'all not skeptical of 17 hours. He also spent the night in it before bringing it back to his mommy could use it. So if spending the night in it's included in that, then he did fine. If that's the story. But that's weird. He spent the night in it. And left Katie. So he must have went. That's kind of weird to me to leave her that soon to go spend the night at the camper and bring it back. That's how it works out. The RV did not seem like an urgency to me. Had Sebastian not went missing, would there have been this big urgency to move the RV? Why would it be such an urgency to get to that within 24 hours of knowing he was missing? But these people just have, I mean, and like I said, this could be total speculation, have nothing to do with nothing. But these people, their actions just look weird, you know? To me, that looks weird in either way. Like if he finds out Sebastian's missing, leaves the camper, goes in, gets with Katie, you know, they're looking for Sebastian, blah, 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 handling this, whatever. And he's got to get back out to go get the camper and bring it back within a day. And wherever it's set up at, it's been set up there. Why is there this rush for the camper? If his next payment for the campsite was due, he could have called the campground and told them what's going on. They probably would have understood. Exactly. And damn, that's some weird timing too. Did y'all know this? And I hate to push the bullshit, but I keep seeing this. Did y'all know that the date Sebastian went missing supposedly is the same date that Katie and Seth got divorced, or the divorce was filed, something to that effect. Like it's an anniversary of that. Have y'all heard this? Is this a rumor? I've heard it a couple times. Does anybody know if that's a fact? Somebody get back to me on that. I'm going to take it back weeks later with Katie to stay with him. Right, yeah, he ends up moving the camper again and going somewhere else with Katie. So why was it so? Yes, and that's a bit too coincidental in my opinion. It's wild, ain't it? I heard that and I was like, what? How in the heck does that manage to line up? I haven't seen the divorce papers, so I don't know if it's a fact. But yes, I have heard several times that February 26th is an anniversary date of the divorce. Yes, all divorce paperwork. Think about that, man. When you want to get into some odds, think about that. Think about that. There's 365 days in a year that this could have happened on. This happens on the date of an anniversary of their divorce, the split up, which from everything I'm seeing wasn't their marriage was pretty rough at points. And I think to this day, there's still it's worse than we realize. That's why you never see them together. Never see them talk to each other. You've seen old Proudfoot and Seth go back and forth and stuff, right? Never seen Katie near Seth. And you know, a lot of the stuff that Katie said, she said under oath. You know? And the stuff while she was in the military, then she put herself under double penalty if she's lying about that stuff. She said it under oath. That's what makes it so wild, all of this. Is there something? Could it be? I mean, and it makes you think. It could be if it's not just a coincidence. That's the date. Think of the different reasons either one of them could have had for making that happen on that date. You know, Katie as a screw you, I'm going to get you, or Seth as a you thought you got me, I'm going to get you. So weird if that's true. And what people are saying is they've seen paperwork and it's legit. So weird. So weird. Because I keep going back to this thing where if it was something to do with not wanting Sebastian there, he was going to go to Seth's. Why now? Why now? That's why I always have this big problem with motive. They make themselves look so sus, just the things that are said and things that aren't being done, like searching for your son. I don't know. It's unsettling. Find it odd that Chris hasn't been home for a month, and then after Sebastian disappears, him and Katie haven't been separated. Sally, I made that point too a while back, that if you look at what has happened since Sebastian's disappearance, if Katie wanted to be with Chris, that happened as a result. It happened. You know, and before he was missing, she wasn't with Chris. Those are outcomes, and actions have outcomes, and you know, the outcome when he went missing was all of a sudden Katie got to be back with Chris, and they hadn't seen each other in forever. Talked for 3 hours on the phone, but doesn't come in to see her. All this just stacks up, man. Regardless of what happened, Chris, Katie, and their past are not the kind of people for a child to be around, let alone a special needs child. I tell you, man, I feel like the supervision of Sebastian was slack with no cameras and stuff like that. It seems like that would be like elementary stuff you would do just to protect yourself, you know, protect your child, protect everything, you know, like especially, you know, if Sebastian, I think there was an accusation that, you know, Sebastian said stuff that wasn't true, then, you know, wouldn't you prefer to have cameras? Katie works at a camera installation place. If there's CPS and stuff and shit going on constantly, I, as an innocent person, if I'm not doing anything wrong, you damn right we gonna have some cameras. If I'm in the right, my behavior's legit, and I'm not doing shit I shouldn't be, we having cameras. Right? I've heard it brought up several times, and I'm wondering myself, did Chris and Katie see one another on Valentine's Day? According to them, no. No. Hadn't been home since, I want to say, I don't know, but I want to say the 3rd or the 4th is what I want to say. Why didn't they have cameras? Katie was an installation technician, something to do with surveillance systems. She could have got them cheap. She had a special needs child that, you know, was apparently saying stuff to CPS. If you wanted to defend yourself from that, if you weren't doing anything, you want cameras. If you had a special needs child that you was worried about getting out or something happening as a result of his condition, you'd want cameras. The whole camera thing is never going to make sense to me, whether they're innocent or guilty. That's what I'm saying. I try not to base it on what she said, he said. I look at actions You know, if y'all aren't, or if there's known issues with CPS and you're in the right, you damn right you have cameras. That way you ain't got to worry about he said, she said. Look, this is it. I'd have them all over the place. Wonder if they had a 3-hour conversation on Valentine's Day. Good question. Now they were asked about that. Proudfoot was asked about that. I can't remember where, but I seen it. I wouldn't speak on it if I didn't know it. He said that was not uncommon to have that long of a phone call. And wherever he said it at, they just kind of blew over it after that. But he said it wasn't uncommon. Wasn't uncommon for him to talk for 3 hours. Now, he won't drive in to see her. And apparently she can't get to see him for 3 weeks, but they talking 3 hours on the phone. According to Chris, law enforcement won't let him give days when he was home or not. If they were together on Valentine's Day, they've kept it hush hush. You know, I just, nobody gets past the part of they don't see each other for 3 weeks, but talk for 3 hours on the phone. If you're that into somebody and you love them and miss them and stuff, you're going to drive that 3.5 hours. And you damn sure ain't going to be, what are you going to, it made it more suspicious to me when he said, yes, they did talk that much. If they did, that's strange as hell for people to talk that much on the phone together all the time, in my opinion. I have found nobody that says, yes, me and my husband constantly have 3-hour conversations. Never have, never will. Sebastian has an autistic brain leak that can possibly cause seizures, but she hears a thud and does nothing. BS, she didn't hear squat. West, I mean, I always thought that was weird too, how that wouldn't have been automatically the last time you knew of him. You know, how that comes out later. I just can't find motive for this is what gets me, without there being some kind of deep seed, something we don't know. I don't see the motive. I've seen some wild motives, and there's some stuff going around that I ain't even going to repeat it on my channel, but there's some wildness out there if you look. There was no way in heck that my husband would listen to me talk to me for 3 hours. Nobody's would. Right, maybe in high school, but I'm almost 50, a cranky old lady. I don't like anyone enough for a 3-hour long talk. Me neither. Katie needed her husband back, and Sebastian was a problem. I tell you, I mean, looking at it from the outside, that looks like the most plausible theory to me. It really does. You know, look at what's happened since. But, you know, you got to be fair. There ain't no, ain't no evidence, apparently. I don't get that. And I'm telling you what now, man, that you think about this is 3 months later. And if it ain't become a crime yet, at what point would it become one? I almost wonder. I've seen a lot of theories lately. A lot of people seem to think this is all just a game. I have to stand between my husband and the big screen TV just to get him to look at me when I'm talking. LOL. I'm more of a text gal. Yeah, most people aren't. Showed the poster yet today. That's what I try to always remember. Oh, I got some. I'm gonna meme y'all up here in a minute too. I found a few to share. I believe law enforcement does have evidence and just gathering for an arrest. Possibly, could it be that, man? Is that what we're looking at? And they're trying to keep everybody nice and comfortable. The motive is that a special needs child turns into a special needs adult, and Chris was grossed out by Sebastian and wanted him gone, and Katie wanted Chris more than Sebastian. I hate to think that it comes down to that's what this turns into. I really hate to think that, you know. I hate to think that it's going to, in the end, we're going to find out that it was a mother picking a man over her son. Maybe I'm jaded, but since my divorce 11 years ago, I've had one brief relationship. Even then, it was on weekends when kids was with her dad. When she was with me, I was full on mom, no men for this. You're a good mom. But you might want to get back out there, man. I mean, everybody can use a companion. You know? Don't be that jaded. Fortunately, John, it happens more than you think. Oh, it happens a lot. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want it to be that, Sally, is all I'm saying. I really don't want it. Well, I don't know what I would want it to be, but I really hope it ain't that. I really do. And if it is that, I just don't get why you just don't let him go to Seth. You know, it's 50. He's 15. You've had him for 15 years. You know, if it's that, he's going to Seth. I mean, does he have to disappear for the plan to work? I just don't get it. You know? You know who talks for 3 hours? People fighting, crying, and begging not to break up. That's 3-hour call for them. Law enforcement needs to pull all 3 long-hour calls from their devices to see if it's common. That's a pretty good point. You know, 3-hour conversations or super in love, and we don't. You know, I think super in love people talk for 3 hours, but I don't think it was that. So yeah, fighting. Yeah. I've been convinced since the beginning of Sebastian's case that if they were on the phone for 3 hours, they were arguing. Could it have been she's on the phone with Chris? He's talking about, you know, I don't want to come home. I can't do this. It's going to screw up my custody case because, you know, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then Sebastian does something. And he's like, see what I'm talking about? And she's like, I can't take it, Sebastian. Look what you're doing. Who knows, man? Who knows? LOL, John. She's almost 18 and off to college. Very soon she's pushing for me to get out there. You get out there, Lisa. Find you somebody that likes true crime, too. Bring them by the show. Let us meet them. We'll do a weekly series on it. Lisa's date for the week. Yes, lip lock that immature BS of why don't you love me? Crying, pleading crap. 3-hour phone call is it's the teller. Whatever that, I guarantee you. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I do. Keep telling myself I don't, but I do. I was kind of about ready to go down the eloping path almost, right? Because I seen the stats on the, what was it, like 70% do it one time before 17. And I was almost ready to kind of get behind that. Then I thought, bullshit, man, he'd wear his shoes. He'd wear his shoes. I still say he would wear his shoes. Now, could this eloping thing they're talking about, could this maybe cause them not to wear their shoes? I don't know. If I talk on the phone too, it's usually 20 minutes. Yeah, nobody talks for that long. Not no 3 hours. Maybe text back and forth. Sebastian's disappearance is 1 week before Chris's custody case in New Mexico. See, I don't like the timing in that either way, I don't. That's, that I don't know. Could it have had something to do with Chris's custody case? It's possible. But to me, it hurts him more than it helps him. Honestly. What else did I see? I had something else I was going to show y'all. I think. Seen this the other day. Is there any truth in the rumor of his mom and stepdad selling their house and moving? I don't care for rumors because it does nothing but hinder investigations. I only deal in facts. I want to confirm this. Crap. So I want to confirm this before I believe it. To me, that's neither, honestly, at this point, because I think when it comes to that, her leaving the house, to me, showed me that she wasn't the kind of person that was like, I want to be here in case he comes home. Right? When she left to go stay with Chris, it kind of showed me she wasn't the type of person that was going to always live at that house and keep the porch light on, hoping that one day their child would find their way home. That's definitely not who Katie is. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. But regardless if they're moving or not, it does not surprise me in one bit, because I thought it was a big thing that she was willing to leave the house as soon as she was. I just didn't get how you wouldn't hold that mindset. I don't know yet. There's still hope. They could be coming home. I want to be here. I don't get that. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. It could be. Could not be. I don't know. But if it is, it wouldn't surprise me. I really feel like, I don't know. I really feel that's strange when you leave, man, soon after. It's just like it's emotional detachment is a psychological condition in which a person is not able to fully engage with their feelings or the feelings of others. And that could be what we're dealing with too, Speaking of phone calls, anyone going to call in? I put up I dropped the link. I'll drop it again if anybody wants to come up. I still got her loaded. Let me see. Yeah. Lip Lock, you can come up. It's Friday. You can come up and bullshit for a minute. Or you got to do makeup and all that. You ain't got to be on camera. Anybody wants to come up, you ain't got to be on camera. Just be an icon. Just don't flash me. If you flash me, you're not coming up. I'm going to show some memes. Since we're BSing. Anyway, I don't know if that's true or not about her moving, just to clarify. I don't know how some of these are going to land. So, we'll see. Okay. I thought this was funny. That's Kermit the Frog. Apparently, he has what looks like a ham grill in it, right? It says, it's the last time she laughs at my string bean. You get it. I'm stoned. I'd rather not be on YouTube right now. I feel you. All right. Number one didn't go down too well. Get it? I don't think nobody got her. It just wasn't that good. These ain't great. I'm kind of worried about the rest of them now. I seen this one. I thought this one reminded me of Proudfoot. Narcissist takes a Rorschach test. How do you say that? Rorschach? Anyway, it's the test of the blots, right? And every blot, dude, just is like, me. Okay, what about this one? It's scattered across the whole page. It's an ink blot. What do you see? Me. Okay, this little dot in the corner. What does this remind you of? Me. We get it. We just want you to explain. I like preview. I like narrating the memes for y'all. No. I know y'all, man. Y'all into the kinky stuff, and I can't be showing that all the time. Y'all get me in trouble. I lose people every time I show something wild. People jump ship on me. When night shift workers go on vacation. That is so true, man. My poor dad, he used to work in the coal mines, and I remember he was just pasty white. That's what he looked like without his shirt on. That's kind of funny, ain't it? Got a hee-hee out of it. All right. I'm warming you up. I'm warming the crowd up. The guy in the background. Yeah, he's over there cracking up, ain't he? Look at Dracula at the beach. Is everyone at the gym asking why I'm sitting still on the stationary bike? I'm going downhill, dude. Mind your business. Get it? Just sitting on the stationary bike at the gym. I'm going downhill. Because you're just pretending the whole time anyway, right? You're paddling, but you ain't getting nowhere. John David True Crime, that's what you get for picking a bunch of cougars for mods. Yeah, I should have got a lesser cougar to mod ratio, no doubt. Let's see what we got there. Oh, this is sure to offend. I seen this. This is a book from back in the day. It's called Learn to Train Your Wife in 5 Easy Lessons. Teach her to fetch your slippers and pipe. Massage your feet. Serve you ice cold beer and snacks. Sit quietly while you browse your favorite television stations. Respond to nonverbal cues such as the snapping of fingers. Answer yes, dear, to any and all requests. Greet you at the door wearing nothing but cellophane wrap. We'll save that for when Brandy's back on the show. We'll keep that one loaded. Snapping fingers. That's wild, ain't it? That was on Facebook. I'm surprised that didn't get removed by Facebook. I'm pretty sure it's just a gag, right? I know that wasn't actually a thing. There is no way they went that hard on teach them to respond to nonverbal commands such as the snapping of fingers. I'd be on Snapped if someone snapped their fingers at me. That's just a rib though, right? They really had those things back in the old days. I don't think that's legit, man. You are not going to convince me that they actually went as hard to say, teach your wife in 5 easy lessons how to respond to snapping your fingers. Actually, my best friend trained me to hand him the pipe when he snapped because I'd zone out. That's a different thing. They really did. Y'all think that's legit? It is not. That one might not be, but I've seen others that do that, no joke. I don't think you've seen others that go that hard, have you? Really? Come on now. Come on. Back in the day, my friends used to say, you can tell Susan Stone because she quit passing the pipe, LL. That's funny. Okay. There you go, Jesse. Jesse's going to be protesting me if I show any more like that one. Check this one out. This one's funny. Me. After saying I don't need sun cream. Dude is burned, ain't it? What happened to him? He must have fell asleep under the lamp or something. Y'all see that? I wonder why he's so red for it. I can guarantee my husband knows better than to snap his finger at me unless we're joking around. Oh, whatever. Whatever, Lip Lock. You act like a hard ass. I bet you wrapped around his finger. He's probably like, hey, honey, go make me a sandwich. And you're like, ham, cheese, mayo, what are we doing today? What can I get for you? Trying to act all hardcore. Although I have served my husband dinner wearing, oh, God, Lip Lock, TMI, girl, my God. I think you're looking for P-Hub. It's a different Lip Lock, honey. Now, remember, last time you started talking like this, it got really weird. You had to go to that place for a while. After 32 years, my DH and I mind blend, and I hate it. Put your clothes back on, Lip Lock. Somebody help her, whoever's around. She's trying to come up right now, and I can see her camera. She's sitting there with nothing on. Lip Lock, no, I'm not bringing it up like that. wondering why I was flexing like that. I don't know why you're flexing like that. She's on my camera trying to come up on panel right now, and she's wearing nothing, y'all. Except an apron. I see it too. See? Oh my goodness. Y'all. Let's move on. Let's move on to another meme. I'm going to try to ignore that. Do I got any more? Let's see what's this one say. When a pregnant woman goes swimming, does that make her a human submarine? Good question. Thoughts? Lip lock, you'd have made a good cabaret act, singing, dancing, a little skin. Jenny, I can record this for you maybe somehow and send it to you. I'll be good now, I promise. Okay. I'll say for your age, you look fantastic, lip lock no more. I hope I look that good in 20 years. I blame Barney Ass for making me believe if I love you, you love me. I thought that was funny. Barney did lead us astray, didn't he? God, Barney was a little bit after my time, just a little bit, because my little sister, she was a big Barney fan. And that's all I heard for what seemed like 10 years. It still echoes in the back of my brain. You're crazy, Jesse. Not a fan of Barney. Yeah, Barney wasn't great, was he? Barney wasn't great. I tell you, I was watching, somebody made a clip video out of a thing that was on Smiley's channel, and Smiley had brought Seth up and didn't know that he wasn't on yet and was just going off. And then Smiley's like, we're on right now. And he's like, oh, I thought I was in the back. Man, that man was, I tell you, unhinged that day. I hadn't seen that part before. I'd only seen the part when Trev was up on panel and they talked. But there was another clip of him where he didn't think he was on live yet. He thought he was still backstage, and he thought he was talking to her, and he went off. It's wild. I wish I could remember where I seen it. Y'all look around though. I'm sure you can find it. Seth Rogers goes off and see if anything comes up. But I tell you, man, dude has some issues. I tell you, all that stuff that Katie said in the divorce papers about him blowing up people, I believe that shit. I believe that. I don't make it right. I hate that the man lost his son, but that dude, I'm shocked that he don't have like an issue being around Proudfoot. You know, I don't get that, because he apparently has some kind of anger issues. Good morning, drinking coffee out of my black and pink coffee mug. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning. Out of my JDTC black and pink. Oh, and did you get you a mug? Thank you, Ice Brown. Still walk around singing, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? And I haven't had a kid in the house in about 25 years. See, that was my jam. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? It was the bomb back in the day. Am I all memed out? I showed that one, didn't I? Yeah, Night Shift Vacation, Mini Yoda. Dude, I was looking yesterday for some to show, and there just ain't no good ones I haven't shown. I have already showed y'all the best memes on the internet. There's nothing left. The judge found Katie's claims were unfounded. I was a member of the Sesame Street Club. Big Bird sent me a birthday card every year. Neither Summer nor Sebastian were first in line when parents were handed out, and they have both been let down several times by their parents. SW, an abusive environment, and SR from a SA abuse. Yes. Yes, both cases. Both cases, they hadn't had a fair shake in a lot of ways, you know. That's why it's so wild that both of these cases are in Tennessee. It's so odd that the TBI says nothing ever about Summer Wells' case anymore. I'm not even expecting to hear anything on the 15th, unless it's just that carbon copy statement. We don't know nothing, blah, 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 you know, that they come out and read if they do that much. Do not go missing in Tennessee, man. Anyone seen the Facebook group Inmates Looking for Pen Pals? I saw it on another channel because Letitia is on it. Oh wow, we should write Letitia for the show and troll her. Letitia, why you need a pen pal? Because you ain't never getting out of jail. I like to look at the ones wanting pen pals and see what they're in for. Oh, do you get to see their crime too? It's a weird hobby you got there, Jesse. I wouldn't let any of them have my address. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I like Love After Lockup, man. Some of these, when you see the situation, you can call it right off the gate. You can be like, no, they're using them for money, you know? And today, or like the season that's going on now so far, there's this one dude, man. He goes out and buys this woman all kind of shit, bought her a truck, got her an apartment, got her furniture, basically bought her life to start. And he's a real nice, good-hearted guy, but he's not the most attractive, and he seems to be a little awkward. You know what I'm saying? He buys her all this shit, right? And she, like, you can tell as soon as they get together, she's just not feeling it. And I feel so bad for the dude. She breaks up with him and he's like, I'm not letting you do that. I can't let you do that to yourself. This is what you do. You have bad relations. You push people away that are good for you. And I'm like, dude, you poor guy. It's so uncomfortable to watch, man. So uncomfortable to watch. You know, I get wanting to give people a second chance and all that, and maybe dating somebody from prison, but you would have to be really, really skeptical of anything somebody in jail tells you. You know? And they're giving these people thousands of dollars, putting them on their books. Honestly, do you know how many women are in love with convicted felons? Some marry them in prison. Oh, I know they marry them that's got life sentences, ain't never getting out. Marry them. It's strange. It's really strange. I think that if you looked into people's backgrounds that do shit like that, there's probably some kind of common denominator in their life. No dad, in a bad relationship, something that would lead you to do it. It's crazy to me that some prisoners have access to social media. There's this one dude on Love After Lockup. He's in jail, right? And he has access to this woman's cameras in her house. And they're just like, there's a camera at the TV in the living room. There's a camera in the kitchen. They're just all over the house. And he'll sit there and watch the cameras from jail. Sees this kid eating a popsicle on the couch, calls on the camera, and it's like, what are you doing eating on the couch? Drop and give me 10. Makes the little boy do 10 push-ups for eating a popsicle on the couch. Which I get, not letting kids eat on the furniture, having rules. I'm not saying that. But it's so odd to let a man do that to you and your kids. And I swear I don't think they're his kids. I'm not 100% sure on that. Sometimes they have secret phones they pass around. An old friend of mine messaged me on Facebook from prison. LOL. Yeah. This dude, though, man, I don't know what he has access to, but he can monitor this girl's cameras and talk to him over the camera. The Menendez brothers, the West Memphis Three, both met married women while locked up. Oh, yeah, it happens all the time. That one dude, he's married, I think, the Netflix guy, the one that got accused and was innocent and then did it for real. Can't remember his name. My son's sleeping. Guys, that's my hour. I hope everybody had a good chat. Hit your thumbs up on your way out. I thought we would have a guest today. I had reached out. I still haven't heard back. Possibly next week. We'll see. But everybody have a good weekend. We'll do a weekend wrap up Monday morning and catch up on anything that could have occurred over the weekend. Thanks everybody for coming. All the viewers, subs, members. Thanks to the new member. Got us a new member today. Sweet. Member +1. Carla Barnes, new member. Thank you, Carla. Everybody, y'all, have you a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday bright and early. Bye-bye.